Guys, Psychic here, and welcome back to another episode of Antimatter Chemistry with me. Hello. I've been a little busy, doing some stuff, and by doing some stuff, I mean making a building. I don't like it, but it's existing, so that's better than nothing. Yeah, last episode we left off. Ow. I have my helmet on. Last episode we left off, we were talking about a laser miner, and I went ahead and finished making 3 more laser drills to go into the laser base, and I was like, I need a place to put it, and I built that. And after I built it, well, before, the second time I built it was without this pillar here, and then I realized this looks like just a worse version of this place, and I was like, well, I can't have that. So I attached that. It made it marginally better, but not great. But it's gonna exist, and I'm gonna like it regardless. I think my problem is I just don't like modern buildings. For some reason, that's what I've chosen this mod pack to be. So, yeah. But I have been a little busy. Actually, I'll just show off the building first. So I did add also, the trees are bigger. Don't worry about it. I was going to put the building over there, decided afterward that I didn't like it, and then put trees again, and the trees got bigger. But it's over here now. So this is our little building, and I have 2 plans for it. The first one, of course, is going to be our laser drill, which I've set up here. And the reason this exists now is because I have a feeling, I haven't done the exact math on it yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to make more of these and just kind of stack them. Because, so I discovered the laser drill, which I have been warned about is very slow. Also, it does not use that much energy. I've had this going for quite a bit, so it's pretty nice, but it's pretty slow. And I discovered after doing a little bit of research that there's these items from Tesla Core that you actually use alongside Industrial Foregoing, and it increases how much or how little energy it uses, and then also the speed. So these all kind of balance each other. These energy upgrades are not difficult. The base is just like paper and redstone, and then you use like a gold gear and some redstone, and then you need energy upgrade 1. And then you have to have the first upgrade before you make the second, but it's just adding some diamonds, or you could do it straight from a diamond gear and some redstone. Kind of the same thing for the speed upgrade. It's slightly more expensive, but not really. Same idea. So I just made those for each of these, because like if you look at the difference, I mean, you can't really tell with the energy, but you can tell it's a little slower. And then speeding it up. So there we go. So I have each of these interfacing with the laser base, and this is the older version of the mod, so you can only do 4. It has to be attached. The newer version of the mod, you can actually have like a ton of them around this thing, but no, only 4 here. So I have it going. I did make a couple laser lenses for diamonds, emeralds, and redstone respectively. You can add more. You don't have to have one of each color depending on how much stuff that you want, but I just did that for now. And I've had this going for 3 cubes worth of energy cells. So I do have this little thing over here. Ooh, I'm actually maxed out on my coal ore. Let me grab another chest, please. Okay. I'll just throw it all up there so it's together. But I've been having it go for, so each of these hold 50,000 RF, so 50 million, I'm sorry. So 150 million RF has gotten me this much ore, which I don't know if that's good or not. It feels good. I didn't have to mine this, I just had to exist, but it's going. But I think if we make more of these and kind of stack them and have them auto, like, pull out and auto, like, energy and stuff, I think this would be a lot more efficient. Because I did, like I said, I hadn't done the exact math on it, but I ran this one more time, attaching it to only one of these cubes, just to see kind of what would it do. And it does eat power at a fantastic rate of too much for what I'm able to produce right now. But it's like, the difference is I don't really get to control what blocks I get, but I do get more of a variety of items. So, like, I filtered out all the common, like, cobblestone and stuff like that, so I'm not getting any of that. But, like, I can get random things of sugarcane or random saplings, like, because it does it based off of the biome, which I think the biome it's in right now is, like, I think it said ice mountains when I was doing it, something like that. But it did, like, get a lot of ore, but it was, like I said, it was mostly coal and stuff like that. So it's like, I haven't exactly determined which one's better. Because also, I've been told you can technically throttle the energy that goes in here somehow. So that way you're not really using as much, but I don't know. I haven't really decided. I think I'm leaning just towards this because I get a little bit more control over what I'm getting, and it's only ores. It's just if I have more of them, it would be a lot faster. I don't know. That is technically faster, but eats a lot more power. That might not be a problem because this room that I've set up is the idea of making a rainbow generator. Because that is a side quest here, and also it creates a shit ton of power when it's working, and nothing technically explodes. That's why I made the house nice. And I'm not worried about anything. And I have it set up because I think it's 16 generators, so it'd be 8 on each side, and I'll just slap the rainbow generator right here. And there is technically an upstairs here. I just haven't made a way to access it normally. Because the hope is that I will just put a bunch of, like, energy cells, I think, up here, and then just kind of have them wired where I don't have to be up here physically. But, that's the idea. So if I can get a bunch of energy going here, I either can do this and just have a lot of them and not worry about it being powered so much, or I could do that, because that's technically cheaper. The quantum core is a lot cheaper to make than the laser drill. Laser drill is not hard. Like, we did this. It's not hard. This is all stuff that we have access to, and it's really, again, not hard to do. The laser drill, or the quantum core, is just even easier at only requiring, like, end stone, a pickaxe, end rod, some stone burnt. Those are all easy. The only thing that's difficult would be for the actual core of it, because you have to do the magical snow globe, but I've done that once, and it's not, again, not difficult to do. You just have to fly around for a bit. And I think if I made, like, 9 of them, I could just do them all at once. So it's not like I have to adventure. I don't know. Some of y'all have told me you're not entirely sure about which one would be better anyway, so it's like, because you can't stack these speed upgrades or energy upgrades, so I can't make this is the fastest that it can go. So it's just like, I don't know. I gotta do the math. But, also, other things I've done. Okay. So I've made another one of the dense neutron collectors because I had enough materials for it. However, it did drain a lot of my material. But I've been having this run, so it's just going twice as fast now, which is great. Even though I'm not using those right away, I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Yeah, that's right. And then I've been also doing a little bit of reorganizing downstairs. So things look emptier, and that's because I wasn't using those things, and I decided I'm gonna just move it, and if I need it, I'll put it back. But I did keep my chemical dissolver here because it's very convenient. Also, you might notice that the wires are gone on the ceiling. I've decided since I had this sticking out anyway, I might as well just do it from there. My door is still here. It's just not as, I don't want to say ugly, but cramped. I also have this downstairs. I think I already showed this off once, so it's not too much of a big deal, but I did go ahead and add this stuff down here to add to it. Now, I made these wireless RF transmitters, like, a while ago, and I was like, I don't understand how to use them, and I don't like them because their range is only like 4 blocks, but I understand them now, and it's nice to not have to have things directly attached, because I could just have a battery here. I don't know if I ever went over this, but I could just have a battery here. Like, this isn't hard to make at all. And then these power each of these. And I don't have to, like, physically hook it up. I wish I could do that with the item stuff pulling out. It'd look a lot nicer, but I moved this downstairs from upstairs, so it's now just constantly producing, and I put a controller slab here, so it's all pumping into this. And the reason I did this down here instead of automatically connecting it to our ME terminal is because once these drawers are full, I'm done. I don't want any more. If I get maxed out, like, with these upgrades and stuff, and these are full, I don't think I need any more, and I don't want it to clog up my ME system. So I did this specifically because once it goes into the drawer, if the drawer's full, it'll just stop producing. It won't fill up this, so I don't have to worry too much about storage. Because even though I haven't really had to worry so far, I don't want 6 million nitrogen taking up my stuff. So that's why I moved it downstairs, and this is also kind of behind the scenes. This is connected to where I was mining stuff before. So yeah. But yeah, I just have a bunch of these item ducts coming out, and I had to do it this way because if I connected these two, the nitrogen would take over and then never pull out of the chemical dissolver. So I had to do it separately. They're both going into a chest, and then the chest goes into the slab, and it's great. It works and it's great. And this power is all connected and everything's working, and that's all I care about. So that is going. So we should get a ton of nitrogen, and this will get all of our normal stuff, but I don't have to manually take it out anymore, which is great. Okay. Was there anything else that I did? I did do a quest. The quest, so I made this wireless crafting terminal. There was a quest to continue and make the other two wireless things, fluid and pattern terminal. Pretty much the same thing that I was doing before, so I went ahead and just made those. Those are in here. You weren't supposed to see that first thing, but I guess I'll talk about it. This is going towards the rainbow generator. So I've made 2 of each, because you need one to actually make the rainbow generator, and then you need one to actually power the the generator. But if you can count, there are only 15, and I need 16. And the reason why is because the last generator that I have is the Nether Star generator, which does require singularities. So we're at the point where we can start making singularities. I just don't have these yet. And I realized for the redstone, it's going to be redstone blocks. It's not just redstone powder. Dust. Dust is the word. So I need 8,800 of these blocks. I don't have that even a little bit. I don't even have that end dust. So that's why I kind of have that going towards redstone. I do know in my mine in the RF dimension, I do have a lot more redstone, because when I was mining at the time, I was really just looking for diamonds and the dimensional shards, so I kind of left a lot of ore behind, so I can go back and get that, but I still don't think it's 8,800 blocks worth of redstone. So that's why I'm kind of trying to figure out which one is the best thing to mine with. I mean, the quest was for the quantum quarry. There was not a quest for the laser drill, so that's why I'm like, I don't know what's better, but I think my problem is power. Once I get enough power, this might be better, but I don't know. The other thing, if I can remember what it was, give me 2 seconds to think. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I need that. I also need yttrium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what I'm going with. Yttrium. To make a singularity. It's only 4,000, but I don't even know what I have. YT. I have 64. That's not 4,000. And the only way to make that is through fission. There's no way to actually make an ingot or anything like that, so the best fission here is either gold, platinum, or iridium. Obviously, I would prefer platinum because it makes 2, but the platinum I know I don't have a lot of, but I can get the ore for that, and I've accidentally been getting ore from that because I did the light blue laser lens, which was for the diamonds, but it's also going to give me platinum. So again, I can choose my ores here. This might be better. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hanging out. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was we do have to start actually thinking about, you know, singularities like I was talking about. So it's not just for the Nether Star generator. We also have to do this part. So there's 81 different types of singularities to get. Which is a lot. And I have a couple of them already starting, like, trying to get. So I have a bunch of nitrogen. It's only 4,000, and I currently have 48,000. But that's because I have the nitrogen collector downstairs. And then there is also a helium collector, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, this was really easy to make, the nitrogen collector. I think I showed it before, but I'm going to do it again. Because that's from Nuclear Craft, and it was just some buckets, advanced plating, and beryllium ingots, which we had some beryllium already. So that was really easy to make, and I can even make, like, the higher ones. I think they're, dense and compact, if I really wanted to get more, but I think I'm good. I think it's producing at a quick enough rate for what I care about, because this is always full, and it does 8 at a time or something, so I'm cool with that. This is producing a bunch of different kinds of ores, such as, well, the silicon technically doesn't count. I mean, nitrogen, sure. That wasn't nitrogen. Was it nitrogen? What is Ni? Nitrogen. No. Ni is nickel. So I've been getting like some of those other ones, nickel, like whatever cobblestone produces. I have a ton of that. I have 95,000 oxygen. I have rubidium. I think that's what I've been getting from the cobblestone. I have aluminum. I have magnesium. So I have a couple things that are like a ton of carbon. I have a couple things in here that I'm not really worried about because I've been automating it for so long, and as long as I keep these machines running, and these also aren't hard, and I can double, triple, whatever them up if I wanted to. The real problem is everything else. So, like I said, I have to make hydrogen in a helium singularity, and there is a way to make helium from an atomizer, and it's the same thing of getting helium from a helium collector, and this is also from nuclear craft. The only problem is for some reason, the helium is more complicated to make, and I don't know why. So, it has less complicated plating, and we have a ton of zirconium because of the cobblestone, but it requires a thorium block. I don't have a thorium block. So we're going to have to delve a little bit more into nuclear craft than I was expecting, because I'm scared of things exploding and also radiation, but I don't know if that's a real threat. But I'm going to pretend it is. And this is going to need a thorium block, and I can either use it by crafting it from thorium, which that's a process to get, I think. Yeah, decay hastener and all that. I'm not touching any of that. I'm going to do it the way I think is easier, which is a decay generator. So a decay generator is really easy to make. Just cobblestone, redstone, and lead. I don't know why that's so easy. But all you do is you craft that, which we're going to go ahead and just do that now while I'm here. Advancement. You craft that, and then you just place blocks around it. And the blocks decay and create energy. Not a lot, but they create energy. So I need to get the thorium-230 block, it has to decay from uranium-238. And uranium-238 decays just from uranium, which I have. I think. I hope. Yup. I was like, I remember having a lot. Why is there ore in here? I remember having a lot of that. So I'm gonna make... I don't know, I just need the one block. I'm gonna just make the one block and see how that goes. Because I'm only gonna make one of the helium. I think I only need one of the helium things. So we're going to grab, or make, can we make an energy? Energy. Energy. Where is... There we go, energy cell. Let's make one of these just real quick. I don't have anything upgraded, but I'd rather collect and not need... How much? I was like, I'm not out of glass. I put glass in there. I need a lead gear. How is there ore in here? I have no memory of throwing ore in here. I went mining recently, but I don't like to throw ore in things. I don't know what that was. Let's put this in here. That'll make our gear. I'm gonna throw all this extra ore over here because this will bother me. Fluorine. I can get... I could technically get, but I'm, again, scared of a lot of that, so I'm not gonna touch that. But fluorine... Other than fission, I can only get from magma blocks, and it's a very low percentage. So, like, this one, I'm gonna have to really rely on fission. And well, I could also do fusion. You gotta remember, you can always do fusion, you just gotta know your numbers. So, like, if I get a bunch of hydrogen, I could do things and at least add 2 to them. And technically, I can also do that with hydrogen. If I get enough of the hydrogen, I could break that down. So... I could do a lot of that. It just might require that I either figure out how to automate these in a way where I can choose what I want to make when I want to make it. I either have to make more of them, which, at least with the fission... I mean, I've done it once. I could do it again. I think it just took a minute, but I can definitely do it. I can make more of these. That might have to be what it is. Just to get certain things. Enough of them. Let's see, that's fluorine, neon. So, like, neon I can get from neon lights. I can also get a bunch of neon from lime antimatter. So I gotta remember that, too. Some of these antimatter colors you can make a ton of, and you always kind of get a feedback process of it. Because lime is made from neon. And you get 8 blocks, but it says it's only a 29% chance. I don't know if that's necessarily a good feedback. Because I do know, like, with, I don't know. I would have to, like, test it out. Because it's 1 to make 8. But if 8 don't give me back 1, then it's a loss. If that makes any sense. Let's see. There's sodium. Oh, yes. Sodium's real. I don't know why I didn't think it was real for a second. It wasn't real to me. But yeah, a lot of these are just... It's like gold and stuff like that. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards the miner, needing that. Platinum, osmium. Osmium I can only get from diorite or with fission. Only fusion. And then, of course, you have, like, nether quartz, redstone, lapis, mineral salt, nether star, organoson. Whatever that one is. Again, only made from fusion. So it's just... I gotta do some thinking with all of those to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that, which I think a lot of that's going to lead us underground, which I might stem from this. It's either going to stem from here or I'm going to make a basement in my house, because this is where I have the neutron stuffs collected, and I might need more of the neutronium compressors. I could technically make one at a time, but I also could technically make 81 of these, so it can lean either way. I haven't decided yet. This stuff is always so complicated and takes so long, and it's been so long since I've made anything with singularities, and I don't remember it being this complicated. So, I don't know if it's just this pack is asking more than other packs have, or if I just don't remember how much work I've done in the past. I did this with Haley and Sarah, and I don't remember what I did. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it off there. I'm going to do a lot more work in between, just kind of trying to set things up for automation in a way that would be beneficial. I do know I kind of need to do some more of this stuff on camera, so y'all just not listen to me think out loud for 20 minutes and not actually be doing anything. But it's kind of hard when I don't know what I'm doing, frankly enough. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, please put it down in the comments below. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye!